All right, gentlemen, we are live. Take it away.
All right, good morning, Tiger Nation. We are back for another episode of the Wheat and South Sports Cast. I am your co-host Ryan Frank with my other co-host DJ Almada. DJ, how you feeling this morning?
Good.
Feeling good?
Yep.
All right, let's get right into it.
Hey, Ryan,
So,
real quick. I don't want to mess up your fashion points. Bring your microphone down.
oh shoot,
I know you were trying to look
Oh.
cool, but no. All right, cool. There we go.
that's unprofessional of me.
No,
Anyway,
That's embarrassing.
Anyway, so we were supposed to have wrestling guys on today, but so they had like a meeting or something going on, so they were unable to make it. But as they say in the biz, the show must go on. So we've adapted, and we got some good content for you today. We got Bella Zweig coming on. She's still in the assassin game, so we're gonna have her talk about what she's doing and how she's so good at it. And coming on to talk about the Bears in the draft, recurring guest, a fan favorite, local Bears fan, Conor Cunningham. So be sure to tune in for that.
Yeah, I just want to say before we get Zweig in here, Ryan, you're also still in the game. So this is going to be a little heated in this call
I
when
am
Bella
in the
gets in
game.
here.
Try to keep
So,
myself on the DL, the down low,
Yeah.
though. So
all right,
can't
I'll
give away
shut up.
too much.
I'll shut up then, and let's get Bella in here. This will be totally her first time joining the link. She's never seen this podcast before. But yeah, she just always I have a couple of questions though. I need to understand if it's part of her identity or if it's all just coincidence. But yeah.
While
I
we're
can't
waiting for
believe
her, DJ, you want to tell us what's going on with that placard on your chest?
Oh, of course, I would love to. So obviously the Bears had a draft along with the other 31 NFL teams, and pretty happy with it. So we all had to wear our Bears gear, and all of mine is at my other parents' household. So I had to adapt again, like we did for this episode, and overcome. And so this is just a piece of paper that says "Da Bears, Da Bears." So yeah. Ryan, you also shoot her a text. I don't know if she's
All right.
waiting for me, but
Isn't like the South slogan this year like elevate or whatever? So we gotta elevate.
yeah, we gotta elevate. If she doesn't join soon, I don't know what we're gonna do. This is a mess.
So roughly, while we're waiting for Bella to join the show, roughly how many more assassins candidates do we have left in the game?
There's
So
11
there's-
people left.
11, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, look who decided to. You're late this time, and then early the other time.
Sorry about it.
Now you're all good.
All right, so I guess we'll just get started. Bella, how's it feel still being in the game?
Oh, it feels amazing. I did not think I was gonna last this long in it. I thought I was gonna get out the first round, but no one has even tried to get me yet. So all 3 rounds. So
Wow.
Pretty-
Either you've gotten pretty lucky or you're doing a good job staying undercover. I don't know which one.
yeah.
So what kind of strategies have you used to get your targets out so far?
Well, the first time I didn't really have a strategy because I didn't really know what I was doing, but the past 2 times I came in disguise, so they didn't know it was me. So when I got my second target out, I showed up to their show choir practice, and I was in all black, and I had a hood on and a mask on, and I had my hair tucked back, and they thought I was some random man, and then I just went up behind her and got her. So. And she didn't even know it was me. So that's how I got my second. And then my third target, which was Tommy Pepke, he saw me coming. And then I shot him before he turned around. So he knew I had him, which I'm pretty sure my brother told him, but I still was able to get him. So yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, really detailed. I was gonna ask you actually about your outfit when you, because I saw multiple pictures with you're all blacked out. You even got the black mask on. What inspired the stealth fit?
Well, I was thinking, I was when I assassinate these people, the sun's probably going to be down or close to being down. So if I'm in all black, then that'll help disguise me even more. And I have black hair. So if my hair peeped out, it would kind of still like camouflage into the outfit, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So when the game started, did you like have this all planned out, like your disguise or anything? Were you just like going with it and see how it's gonna go?
So I actually like the first round I did not have any disguises planned because I didn't think I would like need it. But I realized I needed it when second round, my second target, I was told where she was and she was trying to get her target out. So she was at his house and I like parked down the street and I saw her on the side of his house and I was walking towards her and she saw me and she ran into the car. But then I realized if I had a disguise on, she wouldn't have known it was me.
Yeah.
So then I got her again that night with a disguise on. So
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty professional and take this very seriously now that you're late in the game. But who are you most afraid of that's still alive? Like, who do you see as the biggest competition left in the game?
I think this is kind of an obvious answer, but Patrick Cunningham, because I'm pretty sure he's gotten at least like 8 kills. Like every single round, he like has to get like multiple people. Like he can't just get his person. He's just got to keep going, and that kind of scares me. But
Yeah, he's a maniac.
Yeah, he's absolutely killing it. While you move in the shadows, Pat just goes berserk and kills anyone he can find.
Yeah.
So, Bella, what's the craziest encounter that's happened so far?
Oh my God. So my first target was Olivia Watkins, and she saw me. I like went to her track practice and she saw me. Like she peeped her head like out the window and she saw me and she like went like this. And then she started like squirting her gun at me, even though I was like in a car. So I was like, okay, like there's no way I'm gonna get her here. So I went to her house and I was hiding like on the side of her house and she saw me and she didn't go home. She just kept driving past until I left. So then eventually I like left, but I actually just like parked down the street and then I saw a car pull into her driveway and I was like down the street, and so I like bolted to the house and the car door opened and it was her mom, and she like turned back and she's like, you have the wrong person. So that was like my second time trying to get her that day, and then that night I caught her. She had just gotten her target out and apparently they shot each other at the same time, so they were fighting and I snuck up behind her and I got her.
Wow.
What's the hiding under the car story then? What's that all about?
Oh, that wasn't me. That was Olivia. She hid under Julia Rigo's car and tried to get her out. And there's like the WWS 21 like parents Facebook, and Julia Rigo's mom posted in it and was like, if your kids are playing assassin, make sure they don't hide under cars. Like it's pretty dangerous. And it was Olivia Watkins under Julia Rigo's car.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
Yeah.
For what the prize is $300. I don't know if getting run over by a car is worth that.
Yeah, definitely not worth it.
It'll go to your bill after the car. You won't even get to celebrate the money. But yeah, I don't know. I there's not much here to say except you're a dog. You're moving in silence, and we just wanted to come in, make sure we know the world knows that you're still out there. And so I guess to end it, since this isn't a sport, what message do you have for your target? Don't have to say their name, but what do you want, put fear into their hearts? What do you have to say to them?
Oh, I just got to say that I'm going to get my target when they are not expecting it, and I'm pretty sure they don't know that I have them now, but when I get them, everyone's going to freak out. I already know. So,
hey, Bella, before you go, can you tell the audience the story about how you helped me get Josh? That's pretty funny.
I hope Josh doesn't watch this. But
whatever.
Okay, so I knew that Ryan had Josh. So I texted him and I was Josh out, and obviously he's gonna say yes. So Josh was at like a Milwaukee Bucks game with his friends. So I texted Ryan. I was like, he's at this game. Like, I'll let you know when he's home. So I was tracking him on Life 360. And we timed it perfectly to where Ryan was like at my house, like literally like 10 minutes before they got home. And I like texted Josh to like make it seem like I was like on his side. I was like, just so you know, Ryan's going to try to assassinate you tonight. because I was like trying to act like Ryan asked me for help, but I didn't help him.
Oh
So then
my goodness.
he had this whole plan with his friends where like Trey was gonna go to the garage and like open it like with the garage code or whatever, and Josh was gonna try to like run in, but it obviously did not work out. And then I like watched it through the window because I knew it was gonna happen. And Ryan was like, "Oh yeah, like I was like tracking how long you were, like how far Milwaukee was from your house, and I like went right before." And I thought that was so funny.
Wow. You two, and your two smarties are still both in the game, so I hope it doesn't come down to you against each other. That'd be an interesting mind game to see what happens. But yeah, good luck to you, Bella.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bella.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you for coming
bye,
on.
guys.
Best of luck.
Truly a professional in the arts of assassin.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So,
she
yeah.
said no one try to get her. That's interesting.
I've
You
I'm
have
not-
some
not the
escape
same with
stories
me.
that can go.
Yeah.
We could talk about for hours on this podcast.
Yeah,
But the
I don't
ma-
know if
the
we
ma-
need to get into that, but
Yeah, the main theme is can't catch Frank.
let's just say I've had to run across the practice fields from the varsity baseball field numerous times already. It is exhausting.
Yeah, you've had the most dedicated people after you, I feel like. But yeah, let's you ready to talk Bears, guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know what to say.
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, there is, seriously.
So yeah, we'll get Conor in here, a professional in the arts of Bears conversation.
Did you tell Conor to wear some Bears stuff?
No. Hopefully, that intuition in his mind, he knows.
I just texted him, so we'll see.
Well, I guess
Well,
we'll have to wait for him. So yeah, what were you gonna say, Mr. Brennan?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, I mean, this episode comes at a great time for Bears Nation. Ironically, I think it was 2 weeks ago where I was ripping on the franchise and urging us to consider abandoning the franchise in search of another team. However, I am a coward and I don't follow through on my words. So here I am wearing my Bears salute to service hoodie, and I am back a Chicago Bears fan and a believer. Not a Ryan Pace believer, but a Chicago Bears fan for life. I'm not going anywhere. And thanks to the Justin Fields acquisition, fan base is reignited. We have a new purpose, and here he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
There he is, smiling, ready to talk some Bears. How you doing, Conor?
What's up, guys? I'm doing great. Glad to be back on the podcast. I've been kind of missing it lately. Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you. You're a great guest, and obviously you are, as you can see on the graphic, you're one of the local Bears fans we have here. So, yeah. So I guess this isn't really like a questionnaire. This is kind of like an open discussion type deal. So what do we want to talk about first, boys?
How about we start with our draft stories? Like when the Fields pick went down, what were we doing and like how were we feeling?
Conor, do you want to tell
Conor,
it?
you wanna
Because
start?
we have the same story.
Yeah. So I think it kind of started with the Bengals pick at the 5. I texted DJ. I said, Jamar Chase is going to go right here. He said, no way. Then it happened. And then we started texting back and forth each pick. Going back, we had the Jalen Waddle pick, and we were like, okay, we're doing pretty good here. And then we started noticing that, Justin Fields hadn't been picked yet. Then we got to the Panthers pick, J.C. Horn, and then the Broncos pick, Surtain. And DJ and I kept texting like, wait, is this going to actually happen? And then I think I was talking to my dad about something, and then I was distracted, and then I just see at the 11, after somebody traded up to the 10, right? So I think after the 11, we saw that there was orange on the screen instead of the Giants blue. And I had to stop saying, and I was like, what is going on? And then DJ calls me, and he just says, Conor, it's happening. Conor, it's happening. And then I was freaking out. But then there was still Mac Jones on the board. And I'm just waiting there. And they're announcing the pick. And, of course, for our pick, they bring on the special announcer. And they have, 45 seconds of buildup, and I'm just thinking, I know it's gonna be Mac Jones. And then I hear the J come out of that
Instant
guy's
celebration.
mouth, and it was just
It was over.
it was insane. It was awesome.
Ryan, what were you doing?
So I had a baseball game that night, whatever. So around, I think it was after like the 6th or 7th pick. I'm like, whatever, because I'm thinking at this point that the Panthers or the Broncos are going to take Fields. So I really don't think we're going to get him. I think we're just going to stay at 20 and pick a tackle. So I go take a shower. I get out of the shower, and I get a notification, or no, I see like the draft results. I see cornerback to the Panthers, cornerback to the Broncos. I'm like, oh, well, this is a little interesting. and then I see a tweet like, Bears have traded up to number 11, and I'm still in my towel at this point out of the shower. I rush downstairs. My dad is watching the draft, but he's actually asleep on the couch. So I got to wake him up. And yeah, we see the orange on the screen, on the clock. And I'm just sitting there in anticipation. And yeah, Conor, you were talking about the 45-second little introduction. That I couldn't wait for that. There was a guy on Twitter that was like kind of leaking the picks a minute or two before. So I just checked to refresh, and sure enough, I see Justin Fields. I couldn't wait for the anticipation.
Yeah, Mr. Brennan, what were you up to?
Yeah, so I was along with you guys. I was following along with the draft, and it was getting to like pick 6, pick 7, and I knew we were at 20. And it's a little bit late. It's a little bit late for me. I was kind of feeling a little bit like old man Frank. I was like, I don't know if I want to stay up for this and be disappointed with the 20th pick. Some random selection. Maybe they even reach for some prospect that nobody had going in the first round. That was what I was fearing for Ryan Pace and the Bears. But yes, to Cunningham's point, I see Devontae Smith go to the Eagles, and then all of a sudden I see the orange logo appear for number 11, and I'm like, oh yeah, something's going down. And I agree that the build-up, the 45-second build-up for the special presenter, it was painful, and boom, it happened. So here we are, a rebirthed franchise. It feels like. The only bad thing is that it kind of gives Ryan Pace an extra leash here, an extension. Same with Nagy, but I'm not necessarily anti-Nagy. But this is basically it. This is like the last dance for Ryan Pace. I feel it's Justin Fields or bust, and many people had him as being the number 2 prospect in the draft. For some reason, he fell. Do you guys know why he fell? Character issues or something, or like?
I don't think it's
epilepsy was a problem, I guess. But no, I just saw people on social media talking like Justin Fields is gonna fall, and then everyone just started hating on him, and I don't know if he just fell. It made no sense. But thankfully, it happened, and now we got a quarterback with a chip on his shoulder.
Part of it could have been seriously just he's an Ohio State quarterback, and those don't pan out. That could have been part of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Conor, I know you you could be joking, but from what I know, you're a Ryan Pace truther. So how do you feel about your man making this pick?
Yeah, going into the offseason, I was definitely a Ryan Pace truther, always defending the Mitch Trubisky pick to a fault. And then he signed Andy Dalton, and I thought, okay, maybe I need to quiet down a bit on my Ryan Pace love. Back against the wall, job on the line, the pick of Trubisky still in the rearview mirror of trading up. He trades up again to go draft another quarterback. I think that speaks volumes to who Ryan Pace is. And then to trade up again in the 2nd round. Maybe that says that the McCaskey family just loves Ryan Pace, and they're like, Ryan, go do whatever you want. Or maybe Ryan didn't even call them. He's like, you know what, I'm doing this myself. But, I just shows, I think it finally, I don't know. Ryan Pace seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you made Mr. Brennan here so angry he had to storm off, take a couple breaths with those points.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Ryan Pace love, Mr. Brennan, from Conor?
So I missed most
muted.
of his.
Yeah, you mean on both.
Oh,
thank you.
jeez.
All right, cool. Here. So yeah, I'm sorry. I probably missed most of Connor's outpour of love for Ryan. Can you give me just a Cliff Notes 10-second update? So why does Conor love Ryan Pace so much?
Oh man, I was just saying, I think he gets muddled by the Mitch Trubisky pick, but people don't really look at his late round picks, and I think shows a lot of who he is to be able to trade up again in the have flashes of Trubisky again in this draft and make a move like that. You just gotta.
Okay.
That's our guy.
All right. Yeah. I will give Ryan Pace credit. It took some stones for sure. Not only trade up for Justin, but then he also traded up for our Oklahoma State guy in the second round as well. Now here's the knock. Here's the knock on Ryan Pace. So his expertise is player scouting. That's what he was with the New Orleans Saints. He was like the scouting guy down in New Orleans. And people in the industry are saying hey, if you're such a good scout, if this is your expertise, why are you always trading up? Why are you always trading up? You should maybe be doing the opposite, trading back. And in your defense, Conor, he has had some nice late round picks, our safety Eddie Jackson, for example. That's probably the best example, right?
Darnell Mooney.
So me personally, it's just kind of how I am in basketball, baseball, as well as football. I like prospects and I like draft picks. So I hate trading them away. However, I think it was definitely the right move for Justin Fields. Even though we won't have a first round pick next year, I think this is a generational player potentially. The mobile quarterback is the quarterback of the future, and we haven't really had one. While Mitch was athletic, he was not athletic with his brain.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, all three of us, I think, were Mitch supporters till the very end of the line. We were always pulling for him, but he never brought us our hopes into the light. We always were just left in the dark. So, but yeah, I'm glad Ryan Pace was able to make up for some of his mistakes, and Conor has something to be happy about.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I think we've all discussed Justin Fields. Think we're all in favor of the trade up. Think it was a good move. And kind of touched on this, but in the second round, we traded up again to draft offensive tackle that some people regarded as first-round talent in Oklahoma State's Tevin Jenkins. So what do we think of that pick?
I thought it was a dynamite pick. I thought at the 20, Tevin Jenkins was gonna be the guy we take if there wasn't Slater or Darrisaw there. So he slipped out of the first round, and I thought. Ryan, I saw another guy leak that when we traded up again. I thought that was a great pick. I think just to leave the draft with those two guys, protecting the left side of Justin Fields is a great pick. Yeah,
no, I agree. I don't really pay attention to the draft after the first round, but except for the Bears pick. So when I heard that they got Tevin Jenkins in the second round, I was completely amazed that he fell, and somehow we were still able to get our paws on him. So a lot of our good draft just kind of goes to teams passing up on guys that should have gone earlier, but I'm not complaining. I'm really thankful for Tevin.
Yeah. So Conor, we're all football fans here, fantasy football fans, but you specifically seem to spend a lot of time studying the draft and have a lot of interest in that. So where did that start, and why are you such a draft guru, I guess?
Oh man, well, funny enough, it's all started with the 2017 draft with us at the 3. This is the highest we've ever picked, and I thought, wow, this is really interesting. I'm going to learn all I can about it. I spent pretty much I think it was a 4-month process studying the draft. I think I could name every first round pick that was going in there, where he was going. I did my own mock drafts on my own to figure out what the Bears should pick. And I had him taking Jamal Adams at the 3, which is high for a safety, but I thought that's where I needed to be. And I hate to say it, I was excited when we drafted Trubisky. I thought he was the best quarterback in the class, and that's a knock on me. But since then, it's been less interesting since the Bears have traded away all their first-round picks. But it's still always interesting to know who the next guys up are. It's even interesting. There's this website called Walter Football. They make mock drafts going up to the 20. They probably have a 2023 mock draft going around with people who are still Ugalele going in the first. Those are always interesting to read. Yeah, I think the draft is just awesome, especially like, when the Bears go like an average record, you still have at least something to look forward to. And I mean that Ryan Pace energy on draft day, that's something you always got to look forward to. You never know. He's never going to stay still. He's always going to be trading up.
Yeah, he's fearless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We should talk about some of the later picks. What I noticed about the Bears is they're trying to get their receivers. They're focusing on speed. It seems like because they just signed Damiere Byrd yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Marquise Goodwin, and then Daz Newsome is known for being a faster receiver. So what do you guys think about the speed-focused receiving core, and if you even think of it as that?
Is that the UNC guy we drafted?
Yeah.
Newsome?
It is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have, Komet and Graham are two big. Do we still have Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
Yeah, despite everyone getting the boot, we still hold on to our Jimmy card.
So, yeah, we got two big bodies in Komet and Graham. And then Robinson's kind of like an all-around. He can go make the jump ball. That's the catches, too. And, yeah, so if we just, like, stack the rest of the receiving core with speed guys, I think that gives us a lot of versatility, a lot we can do on the edge, and keep defenses on their toes.
Yeah, I think we're finally, Nagy's always been labeled as this like, West Coast offense guys, but we have like Mitch Trubisky running, not the East Coast offense. So I think now we're trying to go like for a Chiefs route with like everyone running 4-3s. And like, yeah, Trubisky probably couldn't run that offense, but now, yeah, signing like Marquise Goodwin, literally an Olympic athlete, and all these fast guys. Yeah, hopefully Justin Fields or Andy Dalton can really sling it around, push the vertical. I'm definitely a fan.
Hey, what do you think we do with Nick Foles? Because he's still on the team. Nick Foles.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's still on the roster. And he's
You got a T-shirt. I think you're our biggest Nick Foles guy.
I was definitely going into the season for sure, but that changed very fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we third string him. I don't think he's our second string option, even at the beginning of the year. I do think we should start Andy Dalton just because I feel like Andy Dalton he's not ever been the worst quarterback of all time, and I feel like he'd be a good mentor for a young quarterback coming into the league. So I don't know. But Nick Foles, I don't even know. Trade him, but no one wants him. It's a tough situation.
That's a tough situation. So, DJ, you think Andy Dalton's the guy week 1?
Week 1 for sure. Yeah, I don't think he should finish the season though. I think we should definitely bring Justin Fields in at some point this season. Mr. Brennan, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I know Patrick Mahomes has been on record that rookie year where he rode the pine and studied the Chiefs' offense under Alex Smith. I know he's on record for saying that was like extremely therapeutic for his development. He was maybe a little more raw than Justin Fields, maybe a higher ceiling, but more raw than Justin Fields. So yeah, at least have Justin Fields kind of ride the pine for like you guys are projecting maybe the first half of the season. Is that roughly when we kind of brought Trubisky off the pine with John Fox? Was that like kind of halfway through the year? The Mike Glennon experiments ended as we saw it would in a pile of flames.
I think so. I think it was halfway through.
Yeah, so at least give him 8 weeks or whatever to kind of settle down, settle the nerves, study some NFL film, grind some tape, and let everyone else kind of gel around him. Hopefully our offensive line gels around him. I love offensive linemen, so yeah, I love the Tevin pick out of Oklahoma State. I'm just a bit ever since I read The Blind Side, I have a soft spot in my heart for offensive linemen. So,
and then we took another guy from Missouri, another tackle in the 5th round, I believe.
Borum.
Yeah, Larry Borum.
Larry Borum, yeah.
Yeah, that dude's a house. He was playing on like 350, I think. That dude, yeah, that's a big dude.
He had he had something like, I think it was 44 snaps taken or whatever and 0 sacks. It was either 44 or 144, but I don't think it was 144. But it was just 0 sacks allowed, 0 QB hurries, and 0 pressures. So that was really cool to see. And that was last season. So he's looking good too. And
So we got some
without-
shades of like William the Fridge Perry here coming out of Mizzou. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
that'd be
Yeah, that's
awesome. And we let Charles Leno go, so I think both of these guys have a chance to compete for a starting job. And honestly, reshaping the O-line is something I think we need to do anyway. So let these guys throw them in. Trial by fire, I say, for the linemen.
Yeah. So, Con, before you go, you're the draft guy. What are some other picks that other teams made that you think are either good values or maybe reaches, or what kind of stood out for you in the draft this year?
Well, I think the pick that stood out for me the most was Travis Etienne into the Jags late in the first. I thought that was definitely a questionable pick. It was funny to think that the Jags draft their quarterback and then they think, oh, we're just a running back away now from competing, so they want to draft the running back with the defense that they have. I thought that was a rough pick. Questionable. As a Joe Burrow fantasy owner, I was a little peeved about that Bengals pick at the 5 with Sewell on the board. I thought it would have been better to protect Joe Burrow again. I think DJ and I were both a little surprised about Waddle, but that guy's a dog. Definitely. Oh, I think the Raiders then reached with their.
The Raiders always reach.
Raiders are good at reaching. Was it Leatherford that they drafted?
Yeah,
that was a big time reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reach all the time. I think last year they drafted when they drafted Farrell from.
That was
Clemson.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was also a reach. Raiders are good.
Last
at
year
that.
they took like Damon Arnett, and there were like 10 other corners on the board.
Yeah. Those are a couple questionable picks. Yeah, I thought the Packers. Yeah.
What do you think of Surtain?
I think that's a good pick.
For the Broncos?
Yeah.
I just feel like their quarterback room with Teddy Bridgewater and
Well, I guess
Drew Lock.
they could have done something else, but I think Surtain's still a good player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just shocked at with the Panthers J.C. Horn pick. I really thought that was going to be. I thought that was Justin there for sure.
Darnold's their guy.
Yeah,
they love him.
Yeah.
So quick thing about the Broncos, and kind of ties into NFC North. So are there still some rumors about Rodgers going to the Broncos? Because that's what I kind of heard when they took Surtain. It was kind of like, ooh, maybe the Aaron Rodgers deal is close. And then another point here, and then we'll kind of hand it off to our local Bears expert. The NFC North is in a little bit of like, I don't know. I'm not too intimidated by the NFC North right now. I know we kind of sniped the Vikings because the Vikings were actually trying to trade up for Fields, I heard as well. Aaron Rodgers is unhappy, wants out of Green Bay most likely, and then what's Goff's first name? Jason Goff. What's his? Jared Goff. Yeah. See, I mean, I'm not even worried about his first name because he doesn't instill fear in me. He doesn't scare me at all. So their left tackle Sewell scares me more than anyone else. But I think the NFC North is for the taking, right?
I agree.
Hopefully.
That would have been a legendary day if Aaron Rodgers got traded away on draft day, though.
I don't think he's going to play for the Packers this year.
Yeah.
And if we have to go against Jordan Love, give me that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what the Rodgers thing's all about because I don't think it's about money. Like, I think his contract is fair. I think he just doesn't want to play in Green Bay anymore. Which is fine
heard
by me.
Something that them releasing Jake Kumaro for Aaron Rodgers was like the last straw. That's what I read that somewhere. Like
I think I saw that too. Yeah.
Jake Kumaro?
Yeah. I think I don't know. That's what I read somewhere. And Aaron Rodgers has been mad at management, I think, for a while, just quietly. I've been hearing about this for a while, I feel like. And then I read somewhere Aaron Rodgers is like said them releasing Jake Kumaro. That was it. And he's been to Hard Gainers, the gym my stepdad owns, so that makes sense.
Aaron Rodgers?
No, Jake Kumaro.
Oh. That's so cool. Yeah. Jared Goff's a bum. Definitely don't feel when he's outside of the Sean McVay offense. I'm gonna see he's gonna drown. I will say the Lions head coach, he is a scary guy. His intro conference was pretty scary, so he might be someone to watch out for. I don't know what Kirk Cousins is doing though. NFC North up for the taking.
just when I thought I was out as a Bears fan, they pull me back
Pull
in.
me back in.
It's fun to be excited. I'm actually excited for this.
It
year
is. It is.
now. I'll be watching every game from the Loris cafeteria. Excited to see what goes down. So you two will be at the U of I place, drinking some chocolate milk from there, enjoying the games. But yeah, is that it? All the Bears talk we have? I could keep going.
I could keep going as well, but we gotta wrap things up shortly.
All right.
Connor, any last thoughts?
Just want to thank you guys for having me. I'm blessed to have this opportunity to talk with my boys about the Chicago Bears. You know, having the memories of the We Three Bears podcast in the past. Glad that I can, still keep that going. Yeah, I know there's still some fans out there who are just wondering when the next episode comes, but I'm glad we can give them something at least.
All right, always a blast having Connor on.
Yeah, thank you so much for your insight, local Bears fan.
All right, no problem. See you guys.
See you, Conor.
Hey, man.
Our most frequented guest. That's appearance number 3 for him, I believe.
Well, for good reason.
Yeah, I think Jalen's going to be upset. Jalen has prided himself a long time on being the most frequent guest, tied with Draus and Connor. But yeah, we'll see how Jalen feels now about this. But yeah, some good Bears talk. We're all knowing about the Bears, and I think everything we said today will come true or show its truth.
So yeah, next week, hopefully, want to get the wrestling guys back on.
Yeah.
And then, Mr. Brennan, you said we could come in person to record next week?
Yeah, so I'm thinking our chemistry will be even tighter. We'll have an in-person show at least. I think we should probably zoom in our guests still, but the 3 co-hosts, the 3-headed monster, DJ Almada, Ryan Frank, Mr. Brennan, we'll all be together as long as you guys have a reliable transportation to the building.
Yeah, so look forward to that. It's a good reason to subscribe to Mr. Brennan's channel so you don't miss the first in-person episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's hit that 30 marker. We've been shooting for the last few weeks.
That's all we want.
So yeah, we got, I don't know, about 3, 4, 5 more weeks of school.
I think
probably
3.
Same amount of those episodes. So yeah, we'll start wrapping things up. Maybe bring on fan favorite guests, and then it'll be time for us to pass the torch on to the next generation of podcasting hosts.
Can't believe that day's almost
It'll be a bittersweet day for sure, yeah.
Well, we'll be back for sure. We're not out once we pass the torch, but for this episode, we are out. And follow the social media, subscribe, get us to that 30, like the video, get us money, and see you guys later.
Go Bears.
Thank you guys. Nice work. Exactly. Let's go Bears. Bear down.
Stop Bears.